All right, nobody say anything crazy. We are officially live. Cheat, I am texting you stream link right now. And I'm gonna go on ahead and record on the board as well. Cool. And we have 61 hours on the board, so,
So
no rush.
We'll try to keep it tight.
That's our first 61-hour marathon episode.
I don't even know what the heck we could cook for 61 hours.
It'd be good though.
No, I mean,
It'd be the world's longest sous vide brisket.
I think
75 degrees.
didn't Google just do a week-long brisket?
What did we do?
I think he did.
I feel we were supposed to get together so many times this year, but like.
I think he did a week-long sous vide brisket.
I'm not
There's
we're supposed to go out to Miami for it. He's such a cool guy, man. He really is. So, no, that's not fine. That's something. Would the stand be in the shot or no?
I mean, technically a little, no more than, I mean, that's
yeah,
not.
I mean, like
This is in the shot?
yeah, a little bit. I think it's fun.
Yeah, just make it work.
Yeah, let me know. It can't be seen, huh?
That is not seen currently.
Perfect.
This is perfect for the first podcast.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, guys. We just gotta get the ugly out of the way. We just gotta get the ugly out of the way. First,
That's why I'm on camera. Yeah, we have to
all right. What's it? Oh, so that's link. Much appreciated. Thank you, sir.
And you gotta give them after we introduce ourselves, you gotta say.
Well, people know who Lee is already.
Yeah, but you gotta say, and Lee's on the boards. like you gotta, you gotta do it like the
running the ones and twos.
yeah.
I go get my 808.
That was actually like.
I feel like I should do like, what is it? Gotta put a foodie photo up so people actually like, oh yeah, let me check that out. So this, cut that off.
Oh yeah, you're not disturbed.
You know, so, you know. Also, cut off the- oh, fair enough. Let's do it, so,
Thomas just messaged me. He can tap in on weeks as a Traeger Komodo Joe Big Green Egg expert.
I'm so tired of it.
You still, I told you our YouTube series, right?
You and Tom?
Yeah. We're setting up his Traeger in front of my offset smoker and then pretending to cook on the Traeger, but like we're gonna do like half shots of us like pulling stuff off, like badly edited shots of us pulling stuff off the actual smoker. Like it's not supposed to be badly edited, so it's not supposed to be there.
Do you want me to send you a link as well so you can push it out to the crowd? No.
Oh, me? No. We're good.
Why not?
Keeping this hidden.
No.
We need as many eyes on this as possible.
Yeah, and you have way more eyes than I do.
That's the point, so we can get all of the eyes.
No, I'm good. We're good.
Why?
Let's just roll with it and see how it goes, and then let me get comfortable with it.
There's no comfort. I told you, you gotta get the ugly out of the way. Just knock it out. Rip it off like that. It's not that bad. I promise.
You can get my beard trimmed.
This is the things you think about.
It's time. Like my hair's too long right now. I need to go get it trimmed.
Yeah, your hair's too long. Okay, sure.
No, it's when it starts to come out the side of the hat. It's like it's too long.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm thinking food service, man.
We're still on live, yeah?
Everything's rolling.
Okay, next one. Let's see. We're trying to put it on all the pages I have since, some of the.
Well, hey, you know what? I will, if you at me, I will put it up.
So kind.
Yeah. The next video, you shouldn't watch it.
It's not that bad, I'm telling you. You'll get over it, you're like, oh, yeah, we should have did this sooner. I'm like, didn't tell me this. Note to self, make a live stream fixed image. So there's enticing on watch.
We just need like a whole brisket sitting there. Like,
I have to find like a thermal cam.
Yeah.
And literally just put it in like, and you can watch. This is brisket vision.
Brisket vision.
Brisket vision. So I'm sending you the link right now.
Wait, no, just add me, and then I'll.
I'm doing both.
I'm just gonna do great mode, not even post a picture. Here's the thing. Don't go.
I need you to be a team player.
I am a team player. I'm here.
It's like I showed up. What do you want me to do?
That's like a lot more.
That's all I can do. All right, so Senate, get everything off, library. We're getting the audio recorded still, right? So,
Yeah, everything's rolling.
so
That's why this one's just monitoring the board.
Sweet.
And there's a big red light.
That says something. Is the tower light on?
Yeah.
I don't know. That is too much of my face in the shot, but such is life.
It happens.
Live. This. I've just spent a lot of money to get all these damn cables. But I'm shocked. Like I knew we had all of it.
Yeah,
We got there.
Yeah.
the Best Buy markup was insane.
All right.
I said that I should do the whole thing like doing like this, just staring awkwardly into the camera, like not averting eye contact at any point, just not blinking either.
I'm good on levels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got you guys.
Right on. I wish I could fix this, but this is solid.
Sometimes it's just as good as it gets.
That's all they're gonna get. We're going live on the old Instagrams. One more for good measure.
Instagrammies, they still don't respect Outcast.
Yeah. Right? Gosh, they really need to. And it only took, I don't know how many episodes we've done, but we're finally almost knocked off this model.
We almost knocked out that like the law one. It's like one go.
That's real true.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good one. That's a pretty good one. All right. We're live. On all fronts.
All right.
See, well, here's the thing, right? They can see me, right? And then, like, the one person, maybe my grandma watching the YouTube stream, can see you.
Yeah, so
And
people have to go out of their way to get,
to the YouTube. That's why I'm fixing all of this so that's where everyone goes all the time. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, they have to go out of their way to see the non-main attraction.
Yeah, it's whatever. Let me do my little clap. 3, 2, 1, because the Grammys are horrible and they break the sound apart. So I need that action in order to realign everything.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
The other thing that's horrible on Instagram, and here's my bad idea, is all right. Instagram Reels.
Okay.
They should limit you if you're making an Instagram reel. You can only use 2 of the suggested audios in a row before they force you to pick an original audio.
Oh,
like so people can't just like use the same damn thing 40 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear this is a work of art like 18 million times. I prefer like if it just died.
Yeah.
So like, let's just force creativity on people.
Yes, like they have been doing for so long. It usually works out pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just force TikTok on everybody.
That's true. Oh, actually, can we close that door so we got a little bit of hours?
Yeah, like no echo.
Yeah, it's not really there, but why not? We've got a door scout hinges. Let's use it. So there goes the good idea, bad idea. Let me
Honestly, that might just be my first good idea. Good idea.
it could potentially be until Instagram shuts down the page, but let's see what we can do. Let me get a nice feeling. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of This Week in Barbecue. I'm your host, Rasheed Phillips, and This Week in Barbecue is a barbecue-focused podcast that brings you both the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of barbecue. Joining me, as always, is my amazing host. Let's see if you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen.
Bryan Hull of Secret Pint Barbecue. We are still accepting applications for my position.
We are, because Bryan is still flipping his ribs, and we just can't have that.
Look, man, I didn't cook ribs in 1 hour. All right.
Oh, gosh.
Actually, they look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. They look pretty good.
It's not bad. So, Bryan, what do you got for us this week in barbecue? What's the news? What we got going on?
Well, since I missed a week.
You did.
The Zavala Family Foundation had their first event last weekend. Now, the foundation's been around since 2020, but they had their first event last weekend and they raised
You
$17,000.
said 2020? It's 2020. Who says 2020?
It's an audiobook thing. Like, look, I'm still like getting out of this. Yeah, so like 2020. I don't say 2020. I say the full year. It's just a habit. Yeah. So they raised $17,500. Or are you going to let me actually talk about the positive? No, they raised $17,500 on the first event, and so the mission behind Zavala's Family Foundation is they like starting in the Grand Prairie community, but also reaching beyond that. They help restaurant workers and families in need, whether it be through medical bills or being down on hard times, like if a restaurant closed and stuff. So they're starting to do events and raising money. You can donate at zavalafamilyfoundation.org. You can also follow their Instagram page. We're gonna post links, and I will get you those.
There we go.
So yeah, it's they had a good first event. So hats off to them for doing the good work.
I'll jump to that. If you're raising 17K, yeah, you're doing the work. Oh, you're doing well.
Oh, hey, wait, we forgot to introduce somebody.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are once again unfortunately stuck with only seeing me, you can visit our stores and hit the link and see us all on YouTube. And we've got someone working the boards. Lee is working the boards. You guys are familiar with Lee. He's always the one who makes me look far better than I actually am. But he's working the boards now and foreseeable future. We're getting bigger. We're getting official here, guys. We're getting official. Eventually, we'll have hair, makeup, nice little crafty set. You know, the important things in life.
It's just
Craft
the first
services.
level.
First tier.
Yeah.
First one of this long ladder that we have ahead of us. All right, so we'll go back and forth. Yeah, you had your story, one of your stories. I know you've got a few, but let's ping pong it, shall we? I've got a few stories that I wanted to share. First off, for me is the reigning king of smoke, Mr. Bryan Furman, Salt and Swine here in Georgia. He's actually going back to Harvard to teach another thermodynamics and cooking course. He did it last year, and they invited him back to do it again this year. And I think that is pretty cool.
That's rad.
To have pitmaster workers, cats like us, educating and passing on the knowledge at that level at Harvard. I think that's a really cool thing, and I'm excited for him. I'll be dropping more of the details and information. I believe last year they did a live stream of it. I think they're going to try to do it again this year. But it was just amazing to see. And I know he's jazzed about it. That's just such a cool opportunity.
Lesson 1101. This can't be done on a pellet smoker.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely. There's no intro to barbecue, and if there was, pellet's not in the lineup. No offense to anyone who's rolling on a pellet. Really, just
I haven't thrown out any prerequisite pellet hate in a while. So
yeah. No, we haven't made any easy bake oven comments or anything like that. Their stock is already taken a beating. They don't need us to work for Next up.
Jesus. Okay, Wall Street bets.
I'm just saying, when you let go of 15 to 20% of your staff and then your stock is plummeting in the ground, like I would buy right now because buy low, sell high, like just double up and I'll make some money off of it. That'll be the only time I'd ever buy a pellet is in stock. What is a pellet? I'll figure it out one of these days.
It's what a turkey inject. Like
a pellet, that's what the deers drop out of the back end.
Yeah, exactly.
This one I have to do, and this goes out to the doctor, Howard Conyers. It was actually part of the Gravy podcast where he got to interview his dad. The title of the podcast is Father, Son, Fire, a chat with Howard and Harrison Conyers. For those of you who are not privy, Harrison is Dr. Conyers' father, which is one of the many male influences in his life, especially influences and guide and mentors in the world of barbecue. It is an absolutely amazing listen to see them share that bond in that podcast, and it goes past like father, son, and just goes like colleague in the way that they communicate and share the stories. It's really good. I'm gonna have that listed in the show notes. Please check it out. It's only like 20 something minutes. If you got a short commute to work, listen to it. Absolutely worth it. But shout out to Dr. Conyers and the whole Conyers fam. I promise you, and I can't tell the story because I'm not permitted to, but there would legitimately be no Rasheed Phillips if there was not Howard Conyers. And we all, well, those who know, and those who don't know. Hopefully,
it's a story for another time. You're previewing it, but like now you have to tell it at some point.
With his blessing, I will.
Well, get him on the episode, and then you can tell it together.
I will. How about we take a road trip to Louisiana? When I went to Louisiana, I literally flew there, went, sat with him, spoke with him, spent the whole day, and drove around, and showed him his town. It was an absolutely amazing time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, Dr. Conyers does a lot, certain captains know, we always say, we're fighting battles for you that you don't even know exist. And I promise you, Conyers is at the front line making things happen. So, yeah. You want to hit with some more news? Or
so do you want me to go into my Texas spiel?
I swear they're going to ban us from Texas.
No. Okay, this is more of we've talked about this, kind of mentioning it in passing.
Are we talking about turtle again?
No, we're not talking about turtle.
Okay, we're not talking about.
We're talking about turkeys.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yes,
So
yes,
there are now news reports coming that even some joints in Texas are having to take turkey off the menu.
Really?
Because price has gotten so high.
And it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
It's not even Thanksgiving, but it seems the suppliers are hoarding their supply for Thanksgiving because of the lower turkey numbers from the avian flu earlier this year.
Yeah.
So turkey might be something that is going to be shifting away from barbecue menus just for the foreseeable future. So just if you want to get some smoked barbecue turkey, it might be good to go ahead and do it within the next couple of weeks.
It's funny you mentioned turkey because we've started to get emails asking about Thanksgiving turkey orders because every year thus far we've offered turkey. We've offered for like damn near turkey. We don't make much. I will do it just because it's like a fun thing. I love making turkeys. But the emails, I think so far we've got about 30 or so of them. And some, I think 10 are wanting at least 2 birds. And I've had to tell them, hey, I don't know if we're going to because I'm talking to my vendors and they're like, we're not 100% sure how much we're going to have to allocate because they've already got their big restaurants and names and what have you locked in. I'm not around enough to order as much as I used to, but I still wanted to offer it this year. And I'm just trying to figure out, can I do this?
I mean, and you might have to cap it at one a person. Like that's the other thing that might happen.
Yeah. Things are getting up. I literally just made a post on the old TikTok earlier about how high prices for things have gotten. Like my last 4 or 5 posts and videos have literally been meals that I've made for under $15. That if you go to a restaurant, you're paying 4 times that amount. And it's just about hunting down these deals and how to go about it because it's getting hard out there. I've had a lot of people email saying thank you because they didn't know how to get creative with the dishes, and they don't want to just do the same boring thing, and they don't have the money to go outside of it. I mean, some people are saying like that $15, what was that? I did a $15 barbecue chicken and roasted cornbread, and they're like that we made it the next day because we had that amount.
I know saw the video with the experiment of the cheaper steak cut too.
Yeah. Turned the top sirloin into filet mignon using some fresh pineapple juice. You couldn't tell the difference if it was a blind taste test and tenderness. Gotta shop the sales. That is definitely a big thing. Everybody out on the old IGs, drop your questions in if you have them. You want to try to tackle a few questions and bounce back to some stories?
That sounds good to me.
All right, let's see what you have and what we got here, Captain. Because there was a few. There's always a few that come in. I always try to get through as much as I possibly can, but there was a fair amount, and I think there's some that I want your outlook on. This first one exactly came from CK Comfort. I know you don't do it, but does injecting brisket and pork butts keep the meat in the stall longer? What are your thoughts?
Actually, that'd be a really good experiment to see. You know what? I can tell you right now. Yes, because of browning the pastrami. Like a pastrami takes longer to get through the stall than a normal brisket. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're
fluid, it's extra mass, it's pushing through, it's got to force it out.
and then it also feels different at the end.
Yes, it does.
Like it feels like it has completely different tenderness when it's done compared to a regular brisket. So actually it will prolong your stall. And like you could a good experiment is like maybe go to a store and get a pork butt that has solution injected in it, and then get a pork butt that doesn't, and then see how differently they cook.
Right now, oddly enough,
don't tell everybody the secret.
that's right, we can't.
No, you have to do it now. But
Well, no, I can't. Not after you told me not to.
by the time they get this episode, the sale's almost done.
Yeah. What's up, Andy? Right now, Kroger is doing bone in and bone out pork butts for 99 cents a pound. You can go ham with it, literally. They do not have a quantity cap, which is very rare for this 99-cent sale. So go out, get it. One thing I would suggest doing is have a vacuum sealer and re-vacuum seal the meat if you're not going to use it immediately, because those seals are not great for freezing sometimes. I personally tear them open and I re-vacuum seal. I know it's a little bit more work, but I know it holds true, and I do a double seal on mine, so it really holds well, but it's definitely worth doing. Andy's over here giving us crap like, get to know your farmer. Brother, you missed the whole section where we were just talking about the crazy prices, and if you think store meat is high, farmer meat is amazing quality. But we got to work tips and tricks. I do know some farmers. Shout out to Marvin Ross, who was a winner of the Kingsford Preserve the Pit program. He runs a farm. He produces his own animals. Hopefully, we'll get him up here. He can educate the audience on why knowing your farmer is so important. But right now, when everything is high and no one's making any more money, if I can get my hands on a $7 butt, and I'm not talking about the ones at Magic City, I'm going to grab it with both hands and trim it and go to town.
You're not going to find a $7 butt.
You're definitely not going to find a $7 butt in Magic City.
No. I mean, they'll kick you out if you ask, can I have a $7 butt in Magic City?
What can I get for $7 that doesn't even cover 6 flats? Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. But yeah, so we're both in agreement that the stall happens longer with injections.
Yes, yeah, or brine.
Or brines,
yeah.
And that is just because the mass and the fluid health. And one of the tricks that I try to tell people is to tent it, and it sort of forces an even smaller convection cycle around the meat to force it out of the stall instead of like tossing more fuel in or cranking up the temp. I suggest move it to a slightly warmer part of your smoker, tent it with foil, and you're good.
The biggest thing that you can do is to not wrap until after the stall.
Yes.
Never wrap before the stall. If you wrap before the stall,
you're going to live in the stall.
You're going to live in the stall forever. Like you're losing moisture, and It's just going into the wrap, whether it's aluminum foil, paper, doesn't matter. Like it's just going to be cooling off the meat as it's expelling that extra liquid.
What I want to know is whose idea was it to wrap mid-stall? Would you like a little more?
Oh no, I'm still good. I'm still working on mine.
Well,
You know what? Screw it. Yeah.
That's it.
I don't think it was anybody's idea to wrap
We're
mid-stall.
done. We're done. We no longer have a drinking bottle for the episode. So if you'd like to support your local pitmasters drinking habits, please send all bottles to the P.O. box located in the Phillips Barbecue bio.
That works for me. I don't know who wrapped mid-stall or pre-stall. Whoever they are, you're a bad person. Like you're just not a very good. You're just not a very nice person.
That's the same person who is on the board of Impossible Meat, probably.
Hey,
Don't you guys?
I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind an Impossible Burger
Fucking
every now and then, but it is what it is.
I can't do it.
I think I'm gonna come in one day and it's like, yeah, I'm all vegan now. Just
That's the day when I officially accept the applications.
like there's not even like a spot for me. There's just a cardboard cutout.
It'll be a fat head. The camera will just be pointed at a fat head of you with all the audio recordings.
Are you saying I get big enough to have my own fat head? Is this where we're going?
Well, I think it's fairly cheap. Everyone can order a fat head.
Oh, okay. Custom fat head. It's not as cool. Not as cool.
Not like that. Go somewhere with that impossible ish. See, the Falcon Eats you, sir, can apply for the co-host position. That's the type of energy we need here. Let's round it back out, get some more news going since Bryan's actually lost his mind. We've been talking a lot about the different classes and different things being held, and this one's actually being held in Forestville, Texas. It's the Pluman's Picnic over at Peeler Farms, being held this Saturday, actually September 10th. So I'll make sure this is out so you guys can check it out. It's going to be at 5:30. They've got music by a cat named Scott Bellew. No clue how that goes. And a couple of other cool arrangements and assortments. They've got some spirits, which are going to include some ramblers, Tito's. God love Tito's. I do.
So this is a class.
It's an outdoor event.
Okay, it's an event.
And full spirit. Yeah, they're going to have different types of stuff there, different foods, and we'll have the whole list.
I was gonna say, I don't remember drink purveyors being at a barbecue class. Not the beer.
Oak usually goes to the Millskill ones.
Right.
Maybe
I'm going to the wrong barbecue classes.
Probably are, because all the ones that I've ever been invited to typically have some sort of ground to go down. So
I'm not cool enough apparently.
Because you flip your ribs, that's why.
I thought it was the Impossible Burger.
That too. It's not helping. Someone asked, did I record my curry recipe yesterday? So, yes and no. All the way up until the live ended, prematurely is recorded. I tried to go live again, but I think because I had music playing in the background, the old Instagrammers would not allow me to go live again. It just kept kicking me back off because you can't have copyright music in the background in your lodge. It'll just stop you.
Like they can sense the music, because usually what happens like on YouTube or Twitch is they just mute the part of broadcast.
No, so I thought I had it low enough, but some people could comment that they could hear it. I was like, uh-oh. So I paused it to answer the door, and then I came back and like, it just wouldn't let me go back live. I was like, damn. So, like I said, guys, we're trying to alleviate those issues. So if you check out the stories in my page right now, you can actually hit the link and go subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see us. We got this whole fancy setup, literally 10 grand worth of cameras pointing at this face. That's worth $150 on a good day.
The discount camera pointing at this one.
No, that's the same thing.
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
You guys can check that stuff out. We're going to be doing a lot more live streams, so we don't have to deal with issues like that, and it's all going to be occurring on the YouTube page. So subscribe there, check out the live stream, the rewatch. But I will be doing a write-up for the recipe, because that recipe is dirt cheap. I think that one cost That was less than $20. It's probably more like 14 to 16 bucks. But
for a shrimp dish.
It was actually made coconut curry, shrimp and chicken.
I know that's a steal for that price.
It is because I got both the chicken and the shrimp on sale. So I'll let you guys in on the plan that are watching. I'm trying to work with Kroger to get some gift cards that I can give out to you guys because I told you times are hard. And I really feel like if you have the knowledge, the time, and can get the means on a good deal, you can make things happen. But typically people only have one or two out of the three. So I'm providing these techniques and tricks, hoping to alleviate and make things a little bit better. Because as the holidays quickly approach, things are just going to keep going up, and up. So just trying to do my little part. Do I like tequila? Yes, but I typically mess up brown. 98% of my blood is bourbon. The other 2% are whiskey and tequila. A lot of questions here. Thank you so much because I get the recipe on YouTube at the very least. We may have to do a read one of that. Yeah, please give me the nod of yes. So we could probably do a restream of that curry dish on YouTube. Just visit YouTube. It's Rasheed Phillips. Hit subscribe.
We've got to practice more.
We do have to practice more.
We got to get this dialed in.
It's dialed in.
We just had to get the onion out the way for the first one, guys.
We got some spaghetti back here right now. We need to clean
There's
up.
a lot of stuff to get right and tight. Joey, how you doing, brother? This is a good question. Steve asked, would it be good to buy your holiday meats now and freeze them?
Depends on the meat
And the quality of the meat.
right? So I don't like freezing briskets.
Yeah.
That's just like that's out on me. So like if you're planning on a holiday
You'll
brisket,
flip ribs, but you won't freeze brisket?
yeah. I'm absolutely 100% without a doubt. Flip your ribs, folks. Don't freeze your briskets. It's good life advice.
Madness.
No, man, I'm not to the point where I'm trying to buy my briskets 2 to 3 weeks before I use them.
Yeah.
And letting them just sit in the fridge and wet age that way. But I don't like freezing briskets. I think
Do you let them wet age in the same bag, or do you put them in a dry?
it depends. It depends on like if the bag looks loose, I'll transfer them. But if the bag is like if the seal is actually pretty tight, I'll just leave them in the bag as is.
I got to do a public question, but Ryan, what does wet aging mean?
Wet aging. I'm not a scientist, so don't take this for what like.
Is that the disclaimer?
Not a scientist, not an expert. Wet aging means you're just actually you know what? I don't know. I just know the term. So you explain it.
Wet aging is the same as a reverse form of dry aging. Wet aging, you're letting the protein based and sort of go in its own microbes and such like that, its own pathogens that are part of it without adding anything additional. It's a really cool process. It's very different from marinating and brining, though. Those are not the same thing. You're going to have completely different outcomes with the two, just as you would with the dry aging. And believe it or not, you can build your own dry aged refrigerator for about $200.
Yeah.
$100 mini fridge from Walmart or Home Depot gets you a $20 USB powered fan, along with a giant tub of baking soda and a few other accoutrements. You've got a great dry aging refrigerator.
And they sell I haven't used those dry aging bags. Do those actually work?
Guga's mentioned, shout out to Guga. Guga's told me he's had wonderful results with the dry aged bags. I haven't had a chance to check them out as yet. I have been doing and I'll let you guys in. I have been doing a wet age with 4 roses on a brisket, a prime brisket. It's not ragu, and I've been doing. Here's my method to it. So you guys watching, I'm never going to repeat this any other time. My method to it is actually soak the cheesecloth and put that on with the bag, not with the bag, with the cellophane cover, and that's how I've been going about it. Instead of trying to have it sit in that much 4 roses, because I'm not using that much. I'd much rather soak the cloth itself, and it's coming along really nice. I'm looking forward to that.
I've done Alton Brown's cheap dry age method.
Brown.
Wow, I knew that might happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen that quickly. Where you get the pie tin, and you throw some skewers in there, and then you wrap the steak in paper towels, and then you put it in a vegetable drawer, and then you change out the paper towels every 2 to 3 days. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, man, there's a lot of tips and tricks, different ways, but you have to be sanitary and gotta be very, very, very careful, because once some bacteria gets going, that thing can take off.
You need a clean AF environment.
Very, 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 very clean. All right, let's get back to the questions. Falcons, that is a chapter that will never get read because, you know, we try to keep everything BC here, barbecue correct. Bit of news on my end, you know, shout out to my guys, Paul, Tyler, Ross, and the whole crew at Shirley Fab. They are now accepting additional orders. They just opened up the slots for their Texas style straight fill backyard model. They're 24 by 48 models. You can get it on a backyard model, you can get it on casters, or on a trailer. If you want it on a trailer, it's going to be a little over $5K. But these guys,
that's actually not bad.
No, not at all. Not
on a trailer. Yeah, like
and I think that's a great deal. These guys are some of the best in the biz, and humblest, hardest working cats around. This isn't a promo thing. I just love them. You know, Penny's a Shirley, Phoebe's a Shirley. I've got another one on the route, but I wanted to make sure everyone knows because they're accepting a couple more orders right now, and then that's it for the rest of the year.
The fact that they're accepting orders, man, like when I was getting my first smoker, I hit them up, messaged them like back in like 2017, 2018 to get like just a quote on a possible smoker. I never even heard back. They were so busy.
Oh yeah. I never used my PC card for that. I waited in line with everyone else, and they were trying like, "What are you doing?" No, I'm just a regular cop. Steve asked, you know, I'm tempted to get a Shirley sent to the UK. You can. They will ship to the UK. They ship these things to Dubai. They're all over the world. So
yeah,
definitely reach out. Hit up Ross. Tell him she sent you. Ask for the fee firebox. You'll know what I mean. But I'll have the link to the site and the rest of the information describing what they've got going on. But a 24 by 48 model with a 30-inch firebox, and you can get it minimum. Their thickness is a 1/4 inch on the fireboxes. You can get it insulated. Yeah, go to town. But
if you get insulated, that wood usage is going to be sweet.
That's what I love about Phoebe. Phoebe's insulated, and I designed it with an inverted firebox, so it just once I get it rolling, I don't have to chuck a ton on there at all. Just rolls nice.
Yeah, it's super efficient.
Very, very. Any more news on your end?
So Bon Appetit released their annual top 50 new restaurants in America.
Right on.
And
how many of them are black?
You know, they didn't have that listed. So I don't know.
They never do. It's all right.
You know, given their history, probably not very many. Sorry, Bon Appetit. Wow. You edit that out? Or are we leaving that in?
I'm leaving that in.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
So Reese Brothers Barbecue in San Antonio.
All right.
Yeah, they made the list. I know my buddy Derek down there in San Antonio has raved about them constantly, and they're on my list. Next time I try and go to that part of Texas, I definitely want to try them out.
Yeah.
But congrats to them for making the Bon Appetit top new 50 restaurants in America.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll bounce back and we'll do another piece of news and we'll get some more questions in. There is a barbecue fest, Texas Monthly Barbecue Fest, Barbecue World Fair and Top 50 Picnic, happening in Lockhart, Texas, November 5th and 6th this year. Texas Monthly is bringing their barbecue fest to the city of Lockhart, the barbecue capital of Texas. Come out and hang out with us November 5th and 6th. Historic downtown Lockhart City Park will be the backdrop, and it seems like they're going to have a full roster. Like, goodness, they've got 1701 Barbecue, Baker's Boys, Breast Barbecue, Burnt Beans, shout out to Hefe, Stanley's Famous Barbecue, Terry Black's, Interstellar, Weezy's Zavala, Butters, like the list goes on and on and on. There's going to be a lot of smoke rolling
And they
hard for those students.
Well, they just released their last batch of tickets too.
Oh wow, yeah.
So they had been slowly releasing tickets, and so kind of like the VIP tickets, every time they would just release them, would sell out. I think the weekend VIP tickets are sold out, but the top 50 food fest portion, those VIP tickets are still available.
All right. Well,
and I know general admission tickets in general are still available for both days.
Hurtado's is out there. Shout out to Hurtado's. They just announced they're opening up their third location Leroy and Lewis are going to be out there as well.
Goldies.
Is Goldies out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the top 50 list.
Yeah. Even Mays, yeah, you're right. It's basically the top 50. They're all out there. So make sure you guys go check them out. We'll have the link to purchase and order, all of that in the show notes. But let's get back to some questions, yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Right on. Well, I don't really know if I answered that one, but we did answer this one before, so I'll address it, but it's like, have you talked about how some can make homemade rub? And we did talk about that like a couple episodes back.
You may have talked, I don't remember talking about it specifically.
Because someone was asking us like the process of whether we should, this is how turtle came into play.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
This is how turtle came into play. So I'd be
the one piece of advice with homemade rub, sometimes simple is better. Don't go dumping 20 different ingredients into your rub.
very true.
Like start with 5 or 6. Like start with 3 and then build upon that.
I like that. I would even go a step further if you want to, and once again, I'm not going to go full into depth because we've already answered this. But if you are going to start playing around with your rubs and you want to be efficient with it, the best way I found that works for me is to weigh your ingredients first and then weigh them after you're done. That way you know how much of each you use instead of trying to say, a tablespoon of this or this or that, because you may have more or less. Weigh at the beginning, then weigh at the end, and then subtract the difference, and you know what you did.
I was going to say, invest in a scale.
Oh, you gotta get a good scale.
Get a scale.
Crazy expensive. Like $20
Yeah, I love my Scali that I bought. It was like $25. Best investment I've ever made. I switched to grams and it was like night and day.
It's the best change you want to do with grams.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Plus, it's got other uses.
Not stepping in that one. Not stepping in that one. This one I thought was interesting, and I wanted us to talk about it because when we were developing the first round of jerk pork sausages, we were fine tuning things. And this is asked by Wade Sicking, best ideas for salt-free barbecue, best ways to replace salt in rubs, brines, and sauces.
So I've actually had to experiment with that because I have a friend who can't have too much sodium.
Okay.
So he asked me to make some sausage and lower the sodium content of the sausage. I've never really done it without salt entirely.
Yeah.
I mean that's a really interesting thing.
It's a good
I mean, yeah, because as soon as you're taking out salt, you're not using any soy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not using any Worcestershire.
And I'm wondering if they want to go that specific because he's saying salt free, maybe alternatives to just plain salt. Because that I was going to say, use soys or use something else, but he's saying fully salt free.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of a. And is this an Instagram question in the chat?
This is
or is it one that was submitted?
This is one that was submitted by Wade. Sicking.
Yeah, I would like to have him follow up, and if it's because of a sodium related health issue, because that changes it entirely. Because again, what you're talking about, you can replace salt with soy and these kind of other ingredients, but if it's a health related issue, it's more about the sodium, so you can't replace that with that. There's sodium free salt alternatives, aren't there? I don't know how they would work on barbecue though,
because salt is a very important cornerstone of barbecue.
That's
how would I go about it? I'm trying to think how I had to not use salt but still bring out flavors. I would then focus on dishes or proteins that already have a higher salt content or have something else that adds flavor that I can bounce off of. So I would stay away from chicken and I would stay away from beef. And I would lean into pork and I would lean into turkey because they have those distinctive flavors and definitely some lamb. I'd go gamey.
Gamey for sure.
I'd go gamey and I'd start playing off of gamey and mix and meld with that. And definitely I'm using fresh herbs to get as much oils, natural oils and potency and aromatics in there, so it becomes like a whole experience. So if you smell, you taste, I'm like, all right, great.
So I want to go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
Like this, I wish he was in chat so we could
So
clarify.
do I. I'm sure. This, see, we got to figure out a way. Like, hey, you submitted this question. It's kind of dope.
Yeah.
We need some more information. Can we call you?
But he may also be talking about like using kosher halal meat that are already super salty, so you're not adding more salt to it.
I once had someone wanting me to do halal for them. I was like, bro, I'd have to buy a whole smoker because I can't do halal.
Right? Yeah. That's the thing. Like I remember reading about like Izzy from Izzy Smokehouse in New York. He went down to like learn how to Franklin was gonna cook a kosher brisket. They had to get a whole new smoker. They couldn't even use the same shovel.
Yeah.
They had to use a completely different shovel, completely different cutting board, completely different knife. Everything had to be completely new and less to be considered actually fully kosher. But so like if you can look up on YouTube, but there's some videos of Izzy going over how he seasons his briskets and how he seasons them with a lack of salt because he's using the kosher brisket that's already heavily salted from the draining of the blood in that whole process. So I don't know if that's what he's going for. I don't know if it's health reasons or the type of meat he's using. Yeah. So Wade, if you hear this, follow up so we can answer like next week.
Don't worry, guys. We're working on getting the process set up so you guys can actually call in via YouTube, not Instagram, because Instagram likes to cut me off and do stuff. But we're working on getting it so you guys can dial in, old school Howard Stern days without the beetle juice and converse with us and let us know those questions. But I thought that was a really good one, and I wanted to get into it more, but I was like, that's gonna be a little.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure there's like salts, like sodium-free salt alternatives.
There's one called no salt. It's not in there, and it's just I think it's just heavy potassium and stuff, but it's out there. Right?
Yeah. So I mean, like, I just don't know how that's gonna react to like a long smoking process.
Yeah, because that's. And I definitely think if you're going to go no salt, you're definitely going to want to season, and from there let it do overnight marinades if I'm going with salt, just to really get that flavor.
And focus on really fragrant spices.
Yes.
Like fresh fragrant spices. Like grind your own spices to get like the absolute freshest flavors out of those. Focus on fresh herbs at the end.
Yeah, I'm thinking now, if I had to do this, I'm going to do a pork butt or pork belly, and I'm going to smoke some coffee grounds, and then I'm going to grind them and then use that as part of the rub to just accentuate the flavors, get a little bit of that bitter, get some of the natural saltiness from the pork fat. Really, like, this would be a good challenge. I'm going to jot that down. So I can maybe do a cook with it, like no salt cook. Like, how does it come out?
Yeah, I'd be interested to do using the salt alternative and like side by side and seeing how it reacts to smoke and cooking in a smoking environment, or even like just grilling, Yeah.
Salt alternative. Yeah, that's gonna be good. We'll make that happen. Because you never know. Some people may just need this for various reasons. I think this was a funny one. This comes from T Zuma. Thin or thick burger patties? Oh, Belgium.
Depends on the mood. Okay, if I'm going out, like, I don't like a good smash burger is good, but I prefer like if a well cooked medium rare, like 8-ounce thick patty with a slice of American cheese, maybe some red onion. Like just super simple.
That's your go-to burger?
Yeah, medium rare. Though. Like it's got to be medium rare. I don't do your Gordon Ramsay memes that it's fucking raw. I don't care. Like I want it a little bit bleeding.
That is like, I'll ask this question to you guys in the chat, you guys on the live stream, to you, Bryan. What is your barbecue / cooking pet peeve? Mine is when you do a rare steak and show it. I'm like, oh, that's not cooked. It's bloody. It's still alive. It's still doing. I love doing blue steaks, but it has to be a certain quality of steak for me to do a blue steak. I don't just do any steak blue. but I love my steaks rare. We've gotten down on numerous rare steaks. And I want to explain to people your doneness. Let you guys, this is too wide. Let me bring it in. There it is. There it is. Your doneness is literally built upon a temperature rating. That's all it is. It's just an internal temperature. Once you get past all the hockey puck to mooing, you realize it's just a temperature difference. I just like mine at roughly 118. That's it. 118, 120. That's my personal preference. It's tender, gets flavor. I get down with it. Don't really need to add much. Why not?
That Pittsburgh style.
Yeah.
No, I mean I 125 to 135 for me. Like I like it like.
So you're closer to medium, yeah.
No. So actually take that back. So 120, 130.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, more medium rare,
Yeah.
edging towards rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now like I'm gonna give someone else's pet peeve.
Okay.
Shout out to my buddy Bar A Barbecue out in Montgomery, Texas. Anytime he posts a picture of like an absolutely perfectly cooked brisket with this great glistening black bark, you know, the kind that almost looks like a meteor, right? People are in there like, why are you eating charcoal? Why'd you throw it in the dirt? Like what? Like completely like I don't know if it's a meme or if they're being serious and they have no idea what you're looking for. It's really funny though.
Speaking of funny memes and shouldn't be taken serious, I've had the highest comment engagement I've ever had on social media on Labor Day when I posted a photo of me holding a bottle of Dawn dish soap and a bowl of chicken and
The wash your meat.
the wash your chicken, like how do you guys wash your chicken? And I love my followers for joining in my sense of humor and keeping the joke alive. But there were some people who legitimately thought I washed my chicken with Dawn dish detergent.
If you're not using bleach, you're not really washing.
Please,
Do not do that.
don't do that. And you know what got me was in my head, I immediately went to like the Joker, where you know he's talking like you do this one thing and everyone goes crazy. And in my head, I'm like, you know, the former head of state can say to drink bleach and eat Tide Pods, and everyone does it. And you make one little joke about washing chicken, and everyone loses their mind. It's just a joke.
Have you ever accidentally grabbed the wrong spray bottle when spraying ribs?
No, I only have one spray bottle.
Oh, okay. I've accidentally grabbed a Lysol bottle. I'll just say that. There's a slight lemon flavor that day to those ribs.
Yeah, I can't. I could not. There were some that their comments and processes literally had me rolling, like that deep belly laugh. I had that going on. Someone said, you know, I like to be gentle with mine, and you know, before I serve it, I wrap it in fabric softener, like Bounty fabric softener, so it gets nice and tender. And I just died.
You gotta put like once you wash your chicken, you gotta run on gentle cycle, like no heat, because you don't want to cook it. Like how many fabric softener sheets do you use?
So it said I pin it to my punching bag and beat the hell out of it. There were so many, and I absolutely love all of you for partaking and carrying on the joke. It was just some way to be funny and bring some cheer. Some people did think I was serious. Some people did think like, oh, well, he does this for a living. You should know. And I said, geez, don't ever. So here I am telling you, don't wash your chicken with solvents, soaps, Cloroxes, and none of that stuff. It was all fun, but I will be doing another post like that again in the future. So have those comments ready. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. It really was.
Someone needs to break down a Tide Pod and then wash the chicken with that. Like just not even go into the washing machine, just break down a Tide Pod and go straight for it.
I legitimately thought of taking the labels off of bottles and rewrapping them around like some of my other bottles, which are like edible stuff, and just using that and just see what people do. I'm like, no, that's too far.
Hardcore people use it, just go straight Brillo pad.
Just straight Brillo and Scotch Brite with the bottle of Ajax.
Ajax.
Someone took it back. They're like, no, you're doing it wrong. Everyone knows you need to use the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser.
And to finish that joke, it's like after you're done, the chicken's just gone.
The chicken's gone. Oh, I do want to talk about this because I am catching up with these guys. This would be my bit of news. Beef is What's for Dinner is hosting a live streaming event on September 20th from 12 to 1, which is funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll be a part of it because I'm going to be out there. We've got some fun stuff coming up. Stay tuned for that. I'll make sure you guys are out in Denver for that. But they're going to be doing a live event. Beef as the ultimate climate smart food. I was like, ooh, let's see how we can make this work. So there's going to be a registration link. I'm going to drop that into the show notes as well. But shout out to Beef. It's What's for Dinner. They're great to work with. They had myself leading the whole crew. We went out there, and that was fun. That was a blast. Shout out to Mo, like absolute best car service like ever. Stayed at the Brown Hotel, Marble, everything. They got tea time. They had a great pianist and show. It was a fun time all around, man. I love going to Denver. I've gone numerous times now. I'll be back there in just over a week. Can't wait to go back. We're going to try to hook up with a couple of people in a couple of spots while there, but Beef is What's for Dinner, always good in my book.
So I got one more, I guess.
That's great.
So barbecue road trips kind of are a thing, and I know a lot of people want advice. A lot of people want advice on planning one. Okay. So Kevin's Barbecue Joints just did an interview with Daniel Vaughn, and he broke down how to plan the perfect Texas barbecue road trip.
You can't just say his name and skip it over like it's lightning. Who's Daniel Vaughn?
Daniel Vaughn, the
barbecue snob. That's not an insult. That's his title. The
head editor of the Texas Monthly Barbecue section.
That Houston Mafia.
The Houston. It's funny. He's in Dallas.
I know. It's not really Mafia.
Yeah.
Wink.
Please don't kill me.
So I want to be allowed back into Texas. Don't stop me at the airport.
So he's kind of an expert on driving around eating barbecue.
He definitely is.
I can't remember the exact number, but it was in the tens of thousands of miles easily.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. So
just going from Texas to anywhere in Texas, I could see that.
Like if you're trying to plan out like a barbecue road trip, even if it's like say it's like whole hog Carolina, even listening to Daniel Vaughn talk about how he approaches his trips to try all the barbecue he does.
Yeah.
And another good resource, I think Tales from the Pits, those guys, they did an episode too about how to plan a barbecue. Are we allowed to shout out other podcasts? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we saw love here.
All right, all love. All right.
We love everything but pellet smokers.
I love everything but pellet smokers. I can get behind that. And out and Brown, apparently.
Whoa. We keep things BC here. Barbecue correct. No, you gotta be careful here. I got a couple contracts in the works.
Can you get the edit button on again?
Nah, we're gonna let that one ride. He doesn't listen to this anyway.
Yeah.
No, so that's a good one. That's a really good. I wouldn't mind doing a barbecue road trip. I know that's on the docket. Sadly, I wanted you to come with for but you have an event for when we're in Connecticut, and then
when are you in Connecticut?
October.
Which weekend?
It's during the week. That's the thing.
Well, I'm kind of free now.
Yeah, we mentioned.
My schedule's kind of weirdly freed up.
Do you want to tell the people or say that?
Oh, if there's interest, sure, but no, we'll save it.
Well, I'll let you guys on the Instagram answer. All I need is one yes. Would you all like to know in which why Bryan the Bearded Wonder has his schedule freed up? Just need one yes. I'm going to go ahead and submit yes.
It doesn't count if you do that. It doesn't count.
All right. I'll play fair. Join, we have these join. Let's see. We pull up the next batch of questions while we see if anyone actually wants to know.
No one wants to know. It's fine.
Yeah, someone does want to know. 007 Bond Girl said yes.
Oh, okay. All right. 007 Bond Girl. I am leaving my 9 to 5. Is that the right way to put it? Is I'm leaving my 9 to 5?
You can say leaving or being escorted, whichever one.
Forcefully leaving my 9 to 5.
It was strongly suggested.
It was strongly suggested that my 9 to 5 wouldn't be there past a certain date.
Yeah.
Which, you know what,
it's a blessing.
It's honestly, it's great. I don't think I've ever been so happy to be forcefully removed from something. Yeah. So it's cool to be I've been giving barbecue maybe like 30 to 40% of my attention. So it's cool to see where it goes when I can give it 100% of my attention.
I can't wait until you blow up, and then you can let me be your assistant, and I can sharpen your knives and oil cutting boards.
to where I can threaten you with hiring a co-host every week.
Hey, that's not a threat. I got interviews after you leave. That's what you don't know.
All right, look. Well, apparently I should go back to the 9 to 5 and beg.
Everyone's saying congratulations. So there you
No,
go.
I'm much appreciated. Yeah, I'm super excited to see what comes next. Like I said, like I've been dedicating a fraction of my time to the barbecue. You know, you were in the same position a couple of years ago where you were working that 40-hour week job.
I wish it was 40. Jesus.
Well,
If it was 40, I might have stayed.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's the thing is when I say 40, it's really 50 or 60 because that's just the way that United States work culture is.
Yep.
That's a whole other discussion.
I gave up a 9 to 5 for 24/7.
Yeah. But it's so doing that grind, it's where you're getting done with that and transitioning to doing an overnight cook or doing an extra 30 hours a week making sausage for some place. Like, I guess for the past year and a half, I've been working 3 jobs basically.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it was just kind of crazy. So,
are you part Jamaican? Because that's a Jamaican trade.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
I thought it was the millennial gig work culture.
No. Every Jamaican has at least 3 or 4 jobs.
Okay. All right.
So maybe on next model, maybe on her side somewhere.
Am I the new Chet Hanks?
Much better. Just don't go running around screaming yelling Wilson.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I'm excited for you because I know exactly what you're going through. I've been there, done that, and it's so much better on the other side.
Yeah.
Trust me. So I'm elated, I'm excited, and I get more time to hang out with you. So I'm all about that part.
You're happy about it now?
Yeah, well, hindsight, we'll see. We'll come back to Google visit this in 45 or 60 days.
45, 60 days. Is that when my review period is
It
over?
is. You're on a 90-day trial.
I'm on a 90-day trial.
But we do have some fun little tidbits forecasting in the future for those of you who are stuck around long enough. You guys are privy. I always do my 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. We'll be doing that again this year. We were kicking around the idea of potentially doing some of our very limited edition jerk pork sausages as giveaway items. So
what if we threw in some Spanish manchego?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would be 100% honest with you. This is no BS. I would keep them up.
Okay, well, at least you're honest.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna say that I sent them.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, I keep them. I keep them all, and I'd go to Kroger and get some broth, something, and put them back in and send them. There you go. There. I'll keep all of them.
All right.
Because you would think, him being my buddy and all, that I'd have unfeathered access to this. No, I'm on the list as everyone else. Whatever comes out the vault, I've got to do my donations for it, just like everyone else. That's why I do it. That's why I make these massive donations, just so I can get all the sausages.
I classify this one link as I put in the Disney Bowl. It's the most expensive link I make. I go up and above when I shouldn't. It's an Italian. No, it's a Spanish reason. I was just saying Italian. So I try and get Spanish manchego, Spanish lime, 2 types of Spanish paprika, another type of crushed Spanish Nora pepper, and then the other thing that I go up and above is the Calabrian oregano, which I didn't even know was a thing until I started making this. Yeah. So I try and be as region specific with all these ingredients as possible, and it's the idea is it's a charcuterie, a Spanish tapa charcuterie plate in a single link of sausage.
Real quick, we got someone who asked, Blue said, my first competition is this weekend. Advice. What you got for them?
Fucking kill it.
Oh, that's
very
solid.
Don't think about it. Do not worry about anybody else. Just go out and do whatever you are capable of doing, and know that whatever the result is, the next time you're out, it's going to be better than that. don't have any reservation about what you do. Believe in 100% on what you're doing now, and believe in 110% about what you're going to be doing the next time.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on competing.
Yeah.
Like kick ass.
Yeah, no, that's solid advice. I would only add to that a little bit of tangible bits. Make a checklist now and do your pack now. Do a rough pack of everything that you would need to pack for the event now, and you'll find 1 or 2 holes. Fill those holes, and do the pack again, and make sure you're good to go from then on, right? You don't want to forget anything. And also, don't get rig envy. I don't know where you are in the competition circuit, where you scale. Do not get rig envy. You may pull up and you're going to see somebody in their mom towing an RV with a trailer behind it that pops out of this 5-star Michelin looking kitchen. Like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do that? Bro, I've, came in second digging hole in the grounds. It's perfectly fine. Don't focus on what everyone else has. Focus on what you have, what you can do, and go from there. He said it's his first comp. Have a ball, man. Network, have a ball, practice your season, practice your skills, know what you can do and do that. Don't try to peek over and see, what everyone else is doing. That's not it. Stay in your wheelhouse, stay in your lane, go from there.
Whatever your plan is going in, stick to it. Don't change because you see somebody else. Like what you just said. Don't change because you see somebody else doing something different. Mm-hmm. And when you said make a checklist, that is like honestly the best advice. Like make a checklist of everything you need, and then put the checklist on the checklist.
Yeah.
Like be that thorough. That way you're not driving down the road 30 minutes down the road thinking, did I pack everything? Did I forget something?
And label things. Like back when I was doing a ridiculous amount of events and pop-ups and such, I had certain tubs. Got to bring it, I keep forgetting. I had certain tubs for everything. And on the top of those tubs was a list that told me what was in that tub. Just let me know ahead of time. Like, all right, that's in there. Great. That's that tub. It's that tub. This is my prep tub. This is my cooking tub. This is my plating tub. Great. Go from there. Proper preparation prevents piss poor aim. I don't know. You get that.
Yeah.
But best of luck to you, brother. Wishing you got it. Have fun. Don't take it too serious, and remember, here's the mess up part of it all. You're cooking for judges, not the crowd. So cook to win, not cook to lose. There is a difference. There's definitely a difference. Leave it all out there, but have a ball nonetheless. He said, man, can you slow down? No, what you can do is go to YouTube. You can put the link in my stories and you can watch and you can rewatch it later.
Rewatch the video, take notes. There you go.
You guys can actually see that Bryan does exist. Because I was getting upset because people are like, does he really? We never see him. I was like, you hear him.
They could have come to my pop-up and seen me.
No, it's coming to Georgia to see us.
They should.
They should do a better
Well,
job.
you say that, and then every time you do a pop-up, someone sounds just like North Carolina or Tennessee. Like, you can't even use that excuse.
I said to see us, not me. I said to see us.
Well, us includes you, so.
Are we still going to try to do Q&A live? I'd like to get down with doing Q&A live.
I can do a Q&A live.
Like out and about in the universe. You think we can make this setup work elsewhere?
Do a brewing queue.
Yeah, we can find some brewers that like us still and go out there and make it happen.
I know a few.
All right, right on. Just let me know. We can make it happen. I'd love to do this. Get some search and barbecue. I think that'd be a good way. I'd love to do Pitmaster Santa different this year.
Okay.
And make that like a live event because Pitmaster Santa is always free.
Right.
It's always free food. People are like, oh, I'm going to try your food. Well, if you can't make it throughout the year, I give it away all for free once a year. And I think that would be a great way to do it. And we do a live recording and we stream it and we do a whole thing. Maybe call some of my other partners and see if they front some stuff to do some fun giveaways. But that'd be kind of cool.
Do a live Q&A.
Yeah.
Drink a little bit.
You don't drink a lot of it.
If anybody wants to bring us, we'll drink whatever liquor you bring.
No, whatever. Dude. I'm not touching Jaeger. That's just bad.
Yeah. Well, now you're only gonna get Jaeger. You just messed that up.
I'm not touching Jaeger. I'm not
Guaranteed.
touching Fireball.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna get one of my petty sisters. Don't ask which one because they're all petty. While I was in Texas, I thought she was being sweet. She's like, "Oh, what do you want to drink? Let me go get you. I'll go get you a couple bottles." I was taken aback. I was like, "Oh, finally, maybe we're taking over a whole new leaf. There's a new side of me. Let's go for it." Came back with these minis, this big, of the worst tasting peanut butter schnapps and like a Reese's something whiskey. Like this is what I get for believing in you. This is exactly what I deserve. It's my life.
Okay, so you since you're not into Fireball,
No,
do you do any fantasy football?
no.
Okay.
What time? I barely get to do this.
Yeah, I find the time. It's my one addiction.
So now you have plenty of time.
Yeah. Well, now I actually have plenty of time. So every year people come up with creative like punishments for like whoever finishes like worse than their league.
All right.
And then so on a podcast I heard someone has to stay in a sports bar for 12 hours and they can lower the time for every shot of Fireball they drink. They can take an hour off for every shot of Fireball they
I
drink.
would have just knocked 12 back real quick and like, all right, let's go.
Like even though you hate it that much, you would just get it over with.
Oh, knock it out. Knock it out. Yeah, I don't
Knock it out. Call an Uber. Like
I'm slow strolling out of there. You know, hit the park somewhere and if
I mean, if you do it quick enough, there might be like a time lapse before it hits.
I bought myself 30 minutes. I'm like, go. No, don't drink it. That's
Yeah. Like get an Uber, get a Lyft. Be smart.
Yes. Good to see you happy and healthy. Hey, any day above ground, is a good day. Still doing the run, still doing all that jazz. It's fun stuff, man. It's fun stuff. I'm definitely blessed and happy to do what I get to do with the people I love and who are crazy enough to do it with me. So, what do I got to think about? You good? You feel good?
I'm good. I'm good.
I feel good about this. You feel good about this? Lee feels good about this. I feel good about this. So, all that being said, let's roll this to a conclusion, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, on the Instagrams, on the YouTubes, and on the webs, and if I'm in your ears and you're listening, I truly appreciate it because you did not see this mug. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of This Week in Barbecue. This actually marks season 2, episode 1, because you guys got to see Bryan's mug. We're excited. We've got so many amazing fun things planned, so many giveaways, and so many sponsorship partners to introduce you guys to in the future. And we have a ball doing this. We really appreciate the feedback. It really means the world. I can't tell you guys enough. For two cats who just put fire all the time, your guys' feedback to us really means a lot. So with that being said, have yourself a wonderful weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to share this with a friend. Tell them to tell 2 friends. And as always, be good to one another. Take care.
Sayonara.